Hello everyone and welcome back to the Wargamer of Kent. Now in today's video I want to kind of explore a topic that's been going around the bolt action community, and that is a Warlord mystery box actually worth it? Now in front of me I've got a Warlord mystery box in front of me, and I've already opened it and I've been through it, but I want to show off what it is and then compare value and my plans on it and kind of the thoughts around mystery boxes as a whole. So let's get stuck in. So the first item we have is a box of Jäger. Now for those of you that have seen some other pictures of boxes going around online, you probably know the rest of the contents already, as they seem to have done set boxes. But again, pretty nice, 30 Jäger guys. It's always good to get an infantry box. The handy thing as well is, even if you don't necessarily want to use them for an army, the arms are really useful to use for different periods. So next up, we have the support group. So this is the metal kit, this kind of standardized one. It has 4 command figures, and then a mortar team and a machine gun team. So got a radio operator, these 2 chaps here, best for being officers, and then a medic there as well. Always good. Then we have a Hetzer. Now this is probably the most surprising part for me, as I don't necessarily, when I think Hetzer, I think more late war, kind of 1945, but absolutely it's a great little kit. The great thing about this as well is you can build a flamethrower version and the really cool 2cm flat gun version as well. So it's a nice little tank to have to kind of support your German paratroopers. So we've had 3 things. There are 4 things in the box, and by far the greatest, and the one that I'm going to have to slightly take the box off screen here to get out, is they also gave an entire starter army. Just move the camera back a little bit there. This is a big old box of figures. So within it, you get 36 of the plastic paratroopers, so you already get more paratroopers than are in this box. You get a sniper team, you get a flamethrower team, a Panzerschreck team, another mortar team, a Pak 40, a 251 half track, and a Stug 3, or which can be up as a 42 as well. So on the side here, it shows everything you get. So I mean, this is a full army, particularly given that with Jäger, you're taking them as veterans, they're going to cost more points. So I think this is easily 1,000 points, though you probably would need an extra armoured vehicle, or like a Jeep or something, to make an armoured platoon for the Stug. So I was quite happy with this. There was only really the 2, I obviously wanted a German kit. The 2 that I didn't necessarily want was Blitzkrieg Germans. I've already got a painted army of them, and then German Grenadiers. I've already got kind of a painted force of them. I've got all the different metal figures for them. For the Jäger, I do actually already have a box, and I also have the command group. But as I will go over later, I have a plan for them. So everything here will be getting used by someone at least, and not just sold on. So we've relocated to the hobby desk. I've been online and I've checked both what the Warlord RRP for these sets are, and then what's the cheapest you can actually find them realistically for online. So to start off, the mystery box was £100. You get free post, so it's just £100 dead on. And overall, if you're paying base RRP at Warlord, the starter army itself is £104. Then the infantry box is £37. The Hetzer is £25. And then finally, the metal support group is £29.50. So together, that's £195.50 from this set. Now, Warlord said on the advertisement for these mystery boxes that you get £180 worth of stuff. And according to the RRP, they've absolutely been correct here. You've even got a little bit more. So nearly half price on all these items, which is pretty good go. That's, £95.50 is a massive saving, especially in this day and age. But as you know, and I'm sure as many of you buy your Warlord and bolt action pieces from other retailers that can often give a 20% discount there or thereabouts. So I went online, I did some searching, I tried to find the cheapest place that stocked all 4 of these kits. I didn't want to just find the cheapest place overall, because then you're paying postage, and I don't actually think that's a fair comparison. So the cheapest place I found was Warlord Games. They had all 4 boxes in stock. You get free postage over £20, which was far below the how much this order was. But at Warlord Games, the starter army is £83.20. The infantry box is £29.60. The command group is £23.60. And then the Hetzer is £20. So overall, that's £156.40. So even with the 20% discount that you can get on all of these kits, that's still a really impressive £56.40 saving. But it is a mystery box. You didn't know what you were going to get. And if this was a Blitzkrieg army, probably wouldn't have been as useful for me. I wouldn't necessarily have plans for it. So now I think it's a great time to go over what my plans for the Fallschirmjäger are. So I've actually already got these 2 boxes. I picked them up a good while ago when the first D-Day book came out. I just really enjoyed Normandy as a theatre at that time, and decided to buy up a few armies. And I think I kind of bought a few, picked them up at shows pretty cheap, and then never really got round to building or painting them, or getting more for a complete army. But I'm not going to sell these. I'm actually hosting a bolt action tournament in November, and I have a budget for some prize support. So this is a fantastic way to pick up some new kits for people to win at a reduced price using that. So this is where the support group, the Fallschirmjäger, and the Hetzer will be going, so people will get the chance to win them. But I will be keeping the really comprehensive starter set. As I said, I've already got the command group and a box of 30 infantry, but 66 is more than enough overall. An extra mortar is always handy. They're fantastic in the game. And then a flamethrower, Panzerschreck, all those, and the sniper team, all those different pieces that you need. Flamethrower as well. In V3 bolt action, I'd need to run an engineer platoon, so it's handy that I've got enough Fallschirmjägers to run them as pioneers as well. And of course, a Stug is always handy, and a half-track you can find a use. So, as most of my armies at the moment are based around Sicily and Italy, I think this is really handy. This works really well for particularly the battles around Cassino and the kind of dogged defense that the Fallschirmjäger offered. So yeah, overall, personally, I'm really happy. Good thumbs up from these mystery boxes. I kind of knew it would be good value. I've done them since the early days of the original £40 ones they did during COVID, which were not quite as good as the ones now. I think they've realised that firstly, full kits, not just random sprues, and secondly, theming them a bit more rather than just anything that Warlord offer. But I do have a couple more thoughts around mystery boxes and who it's worth and who it's not worth doing for. So, what are my thoughts around mystery boxes, and are they the best deal that you should always pick up? Now, for me, it was a great opportunity because I knew, firstly, there was quite a few German armies I didn't have. If I got the winter kits or the Africa Corps kits, fantastic, or even the new veteran kit, I could probably get some use out of the Grenadiers. It was really only the Blitzkrieg ones in particular I don't really need. So, and with that, and then the tournament as well. So I knew if there was a box that I already had, it was a repeat, I had a place for them to go. I didn't need to go through selling them on. It's pretty good value. I had a nice little budget for price support as well, which is really good. Also, another thing, which I'm not sure whether you should consider it or should you not, is Warlord, now for about over a year, have been sending out a kind of free gift with every order. And I was very lucky, and I got a sprue of Africa Corps. Now, this is really handy because you can convert some of the Africa Corps with the Fallschirmjäger to maybe show the Luftwaffe Field Division, or just when you look at images of the Germans on campaign in Sicily and Italy, they are wearing a variety of uniforms and kit. Regulations where they've been campaigning for so long start to go out the window. So that's definitely worth it for me. Now, I know they don't necessarily link up the free sprue with what you've ordered. I've seen people order bolt action books and then get a sprue of Greek hoplites. That's probably not then worth considering the value you get out of a free sprue. But one thing Warlord have done really well with these mystery boxes is how linked together they are. It was all Fallschirmjäger. I've got more than enough to do a pretty big Fallschirmjäger army now with what I got in the mystery box. All you really need, if you're thinking about extras, maybe a turreted tank that was only tank destroyers or assault guns, or a piece of artillery. I've got the Pack 40, but maybe like a 105. Or what could be quite cool is one of those recoilless artillery pieces that the Fallschirmjäger had. Now, if you're got a bit more of a bigger bolt action army or collection and you're not looking at expanding too heavily, I wouldn't necessarily recommend the mystery boxes because it's looking like you're pretty much always going to get a starter army at the moment. And if you've kind of got all of the beginnings of armies that you want and you're maybe just looking at a couple of different little boxes of 10 metal figures, I don't think necessarily the mystery box is for you. But I certainly recommend it to those that are a bit newer to the game. Maybe they've picked up one army and they've got through and painted it and they've gone, well, you know, I want to start something British, but I'm not sure which British I want to start. Mystery box is a great way because you get a fantastic deal, and we've already gone through. At the very least, I got £50 of savings in my box, and then you get a complete coherent army with it, so a starter army plus all the extras you need. So I think it's hard to answer a mystery box with a yes or no whether it's worth it. For me, yes, it is worth it. I can certainly find ways to use almost everything here, be that price support or building my own army. But there are going to be people that are going, actually, they're not in the right position for a mystery box. At £100, it's not cheap, but you certainly get lots and lots within the box. So if you're looking for a new project, mystery boxes are the way to go. If you're looking just to add a couple of small pieces to a collection, maybe just buy what you want. Thank you very much, everyone, and I'll see you soon.